Carbert. Hi. I'm here today to tell you a story about my car. I spent months choosing which one to buy, which one looked the coolest, and which one fit best to me and my personality. This is my car, and I really like it. But over time I noticed my car didn't only cost me a fortune when I bought it, it was costing me tons in regular upkeep and maintenance, as well as wasting plenty of my time and energy. So during the course of the last year, I've spent over 2,000 euros on gas alone. I got towed twice, received 7 parking tickets, which besides being somewhat stupid of me, cost me another 800 euros, plus a day of my time trying to get my car back. And when my car broke down, I took it to the mechanic, and he fixed it. He charged me 500 euros, which I felt was pretty excessive. But I didn't know what had broken, nor how much it should actually cost to fix. So in total, including my insurance, I've been spending up to 4,500 euros on my car per year. And that's just me. There's millions of other people out there that have exactly that problem. And that's why we're building Carbert. Carbert connects cars to drivers' smartphones and lets them enjoy their drive, save money, and have greater peace of mind. So let me run you through what it is exactly that Carbert does. Carbert gives you real-time information about your current trip, as well as your fuel cost in monetary terms. It can also give you subtle hints on how you can change your driving behavior so that you can save fuel and help the environment. Carbert saves all of your past journeys and presents them in an easy-to-access trip log. If your check engine light goes on, Carbert can tell you what has gone wrong and give you potential solutions. And not only that, it can tell you whether you can fix that problem or if you have to go to the mechanic and how much the repair will cost you. And Carbert always knows where you last parked your car. So those costly towaways, as well as how much time, by the way, is left on the parking meter, and those parking tickets should be a thing of the past. Now, it sounds very complicated, but actually, it's not. You simply take the Carbert reader, plug it into your car's standard data port, which is located just below your steering wheel, and Carbert automatically begins transmitting information to your smartphone. We're obviously not the only people that have spotted this opportunity. We have several competitors, and they're focusing on the US market, and they've raised well in excess of $10 million in venture-backed funding. There's Automatic, a Y Combinator graduate who are funded by Andreessen Horowitz. We've got Zuby, who were incubated and spun out of Best Buy, the large US retailer. And then there's Dash, a Techstars graduate out of New York, who have just completed their Series A round. Our business model is really very simple. We'll sell the reader together with the application directly to consumers at a one-time price via the Carbert website. Going forward, we'll be able to generate ongoing revenue by referring users to great deals on garages, car maintenance, as well as by providing leads to insurance companies. We want to reduce waste and think that the car is the perfect place to start. Our team brings together the necessary expertise in automotive product development as well as business experience in order to get Carbert to the next level. To date, we've developed an alpha version and tested it with several car models. The alpha version is a working application that connects to the car, can read and display data on your smartphone. We've put together a database of over 1,000 diagnostic trouble codes. We're working with a partner to develop the necessary hardware. We've received indications of interest from B2B partners, such as AVD of Germany, the second largest automobile club, and Autoasi, Finland's largest repair station chain. And lastly, we've signed up over 200 people for the beta version of our app. Now, in order to make Carbert a reality, we will need 500,000 euros to go towards product development and customer acquisition. By 2016, we project 100,000 units of sales, which will result in a net income of 2.5 million euros. And in order to fund that growth, we'll need another round of financing.
Cars have many little jobs around them. You have to put gas in them, park them, pay the meter, and you have to maintain them, just to name a few. It's the price you pay for mobility. But what if you could reduce the overhead that your car has on you? Carbert silently connects to your car's computer and records your trips and driving habits. It saves your favorite destinations and reminds you of how your driving behavior translates into savings. It even provides tips on how to improve your driving. It's a life-changing upgrade. Carbert boosts your joy of driving by saving you money and giving you peace of mind.
Thanks.
Nice work. We actually looked at Dash and Automatic, both of them, and I like the space. Some of the conversations we had with car manufacturers themselves said that they're starting to install smarter dashboards. So maybe you can just take us through, some of the defensibility or uniqueness of what you're doing from a technology perspective versus what they can surface already on that dashboard. And then the second thing, maybe you can tell us more about the money-making part, because one of the things we found was it might be too small of an opportunity for someone like us, even though they raised $10 million, but we didn't see that, so.
I can take the first part. Like you said, we think that in the future some of these functions will be built in by the manufacturers itself. But actually what the manufacturers are focusing on are new cars. So they want to build these features into the last generation of cars. What our focus is actually, we want to connect the cars that are already out there. There's a huge car pool out there already, and the average age of a car out there is 8.5 years. And that's actually our target, not just the last generation.
Sorry, the second bit was sorry.
How big is this? What's your...
I mean, we're looking at the European market in total, and we focused really on two segments initially, and those are on the one hand, it's the gearheads. Those are the guys who really love their car and they want to know everything more about it. They want to know what the data means. They want to know what their RPMs are at various stages. So that's the one group. The other group are functionalists. Those are people who are actually interested in sort of economizing anything that's got to do with their car, i.e. reducing the costs associated with that. Together, we've found that in Europe alone, that's 40 million people. Now, if we expand that, beyond that, obviously, that number grows. There's a vehicle stock of 240 million passenger cars in Europe alone. So we think even if we take a very narrow segment of the market and concentrate on those in an initial go, that's a pretty large target market.
Hi. So this is a space that we've invested in the past, and what we found is that it's very difficult for companies to actually sell in the space. So you talked about the 100,000 units over the next 2 years. Could you break that down? Because that's over 100 units a day, every day for 2 years. I'm just curious about how you plan on tackling that market.
I think we have a sort of two-pronged approach in terms of how we want to sell this. I mentioned that we want to sell it directly to consumers. That's obviously one route. Another route that we've been focusing on quite intensely is actually getting a partner on board who will help us distribute that. So if I look at the AVD, which is the German Automobile Club, it's the smaller one, but nonetheless, it's got 1.5 million members. We're in conversations to be able to provide them our solution branded for AVD that they would give to every new member, for instance, who were to start. In terms of our projections, it's a slow growth. So 2014, we've estimated 10,000 units of sales, and then creeping up annually to hit 100,000 in 2016.
So the first 150 are really important, obviously, because they've sort of agreed to sign up and they're using the service. How many? Well, I guess the first question is, how long have they been using it for? How many are still using it today? And has anyone dropped off? If so, why?
Okay, fine. I'll go for it. Okay, so as I said, we've got an alpha version, which is basically an in-house internal version we're using. We're testing with some limited friends. Those 200 people I mentioned, these are people we got by running a Google Ads campaign, getting them onto our landing page, sort of having a dialogue via Facebook and Twitter. We're not done with the beta yet. We've got about 14 days to go until we have the beta completed, and the rest then goes from there, really. Cool. Thanks.
Sorry, thanks guys.